Here's how the movie Jaws affected sharks and why it's important to keep them protected. After the release of Jaws, many viewers became fearful of sharks and they viewed them as man-eaters, vile and cruel, and something to be eradicated. This causes many fishermen to go on a hunting spree of many shark species, mainly the great white, and around 79% of the population dropped. That is a huge numbers, and many shark species in some areas became scarce as they played a very important role in the ecosystem. This not only devastated the shark populations, but many marine populations at the time period. Now, some of you may be wondering, if sharks are so important to the ecosystem, then why were fishermen, after the release of Jaws, going on a hunting spree? Well, there are lots of reasons why they were doing it besides being fearful of them. Some do it for food, especially in Southeast Asia, where they would hunt sharks for their fins as it provides a delicacy to their diet. Some do it for medical reasons. Some would hunt them for their skins because they can actually use it as sandpaper. Some like to hunt them for their jaws to display at home, and some do it just for sports. The list goes on. But the main reason why this was a problem is because there aren't enough funding put into the research and protection of sharks. This resulted in the sharks being easy targets to what we called a genocide. After the release of Jaws, Peter Benchley, the author of Jaws, who was horrified after he caught wind of the massacre of sharks and the alarming rate of the population being dropped by 79%. He dedicated most of his life after the filming of Jaws to advocating and protecting sharks in the hopes of helping them recover their population. Despite the efforts to funding research and protecting the sharks, and of course putting an end to the genocide of the sharks that resulted after the filming of Jaws, the damage was already done, as many shark species are now endangered, and some may have gone extinct, as many shark species are slow breeders and will only give birth to a few pups. So even though they're now protected, their numbers are small, as over 100 million sharks were killed during the genocide after the filming of Jaws. Even Peter Benchley, who wrote the novel Jaws, was horrified at the alarming rate of the shark populations being dropped during the genocide. And he even said that had he known how much this would have affected the sharks, he would not have written the novel, as his only intention was to write the novel for entertainment purposes. But despite that, both the novel and the movie were great. It's just that the people at the time period took it to the extreme. And how can you protect the sharks? Recycle, keep the oceans cleaned, visit your local aquarium, do some volunteer work, donate, etc. And of course, tell everyone how much you love sharks, as they are an important role to maintaining the balance of our ecosystem. Without them, the entire ecosystem would collapse and eventually we would cease to exist. That wraps up the Jaws series. If you would like more videos about Jaws or any movies that you would like for me to talk about, let me know in the comments. You all have an amazing evening, and remember, keep shining. And until next time, stay classy, and I'll see you all in the next video.